In this video, we're going to talk about if bleach will kill black mold. I'm Dr. Diane Mueller. I am an expert at Lyme disease, mold illness, and their impacts on the body. So when I'm talking about this video, I am really looking at this from an angle of not just getting rid of the aesthetic component of black mold in your home, but actually really being oriented to the health impact of black mold in the body. So I talk about this in a similar video in a similar blog about vinegar. And just like with vinegar, bleach can kill mold. But also, just like with vinegar, bleach can cause mold spores to spread. You see, the number one thing organisms want to do in nature is survive. And so what organisms tend to do when they are threatened is they have a last-ditch effort for survival. Mold is no different. Mold's last-ditch effort for survival, if you pour bleach on it, is to go poof and spray its spores around and spread that ugly problem all over the place. So initially, from an aesthetic component, when you're looking at the patch of mold, yes, bleach can kill that. Aesthetically, it will look better. Temporarily, it will seem like there's no problem. The problem is when the spores have spread, perhaps they get into the HVAC, perhaps they end up making their way somehow behind the drywall, and then you have a humid day. The humidity will feed those spores and they'll start to multiply. And sometimes you have a visible problem, or sometimes what winds up happening is then you have an invisible problem. It's in the HVAC, it's behind the drywall, all because of the bleach. And so bleach can kill mold, yes, but bleach can also spread mold and make a situation that is temporarily better a lot worse long term. And because there's so many health risks such as brain fog, cognitive decline, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, early menopause, and more that we see with mold illness, oftentimes if it's not visible, if it ends up behind the drywall or the HVAC, people don't even think there's a problem, and it goes unchecked and unnoticed for years, and unfortunately sometimes decades. So if it is a non-toxic mold, which you only learn by testing the mold spores, and if you find that it's a non-toxic, meaning it's not a problem for the human body, there are some molds that are problematic, there are some molds that are not, and if you test it and it's like, oh, this one is not biologically a problem, then it's not a big deal to use bleach, right? But if it is a problematic mold, then bleach is a big deal. So I know what this video is going to create. I know it's going to create, oh my gosh, I thought I had a simple solution that was a 5-minute job of cleaning this mold off, and now I have to test it and contain it and maybe work with remediators and all these things. So I know if you're watching this and you're trying to look for a simple DIY solution, I'm probably making this a lot more complicated than you were hoping. But what I'm trying to do is save you pain and frustration and illness in the future by taking the time to do it right. It's serious enough of a health risk that you really want to spend the time doing it right, and it can literally make or break a lot of health problems in the future down the road. So I hope this is helpful. Please do leave any comments in the notes. I do work with health-related mold conditions such as brain fog, chronic fatigue, hormone imbalance, pain, migraines, etc. at my clinic. So information on getting started with us by booking a free call can be found in the show notes. I hope you will subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.